directly above your seat is already full, please go ahead and utilize the next available space. If you brought in a second item with you, such as a briefcase, tote bag, laptop bag, backpack, you can go ahead and utilize that space under the seat in front of you, so that we can utilize that overhead bin space for your larger bags without having to check them plane side to your final destination. Feel free to utilize your mobile phones, tablets, and e-readers while we're here at the gate. However, once we close our boarding door, you must please place these items into airplane mode or turn off your cellular service. So I'd like to thank you all for choosing to fly Delta. Welcome on board.
And welcome to Atlanta Hartsfield International Airport, the largest airport in the United States. Um, they say about this airport, to get to heaven, you got to go through Atlanta. I think what the Baptists say. But it's a neat airport. This is a Nimbus custom airport. I had really, I think it's one of the first custom airports that I actually bought. I was a little intimidated at first, going, "Oh, this is going to be a pain to set up." It wasn't. It just works. Um, the jetways, everything about the airport just seems to work really well, and it's a great depiction of it. Also, on this flight, which is different than from the earlier flight, I went back and loaded Traffic Global. I was having crashes. I was having some crashes earlier, and I'm believing it's a proximity thing. So where I am on that one is I'm trying to uh, go to the KDFW, and something's going on, not working. Um, so anyway, I'll troubleshoot it. In the meantime, I went ahead and loaded it back. I don't like doing flights without Traffic Global because I think it just adds a real hint of believable realism. And so anyway, we're going to be flying out in the XPlane 12 A330. So I thought we would give it a test, see how it does. I have not flown in it very much. I just did get the tallest A330 maybe about 2 weeks ago, and I really do like it, but we'll give it a shot. Something about the Nimbus airports I like here. So you got that actually from a distance looks pretty good. You know, the people walking around, milling around in the airport like they should. And also, look at this. This is our flight today. We're KATL to KGSO. We're going to Greensboro. So it's not a long flight. It's not a super long flight to get to Greensboro. So I thought that's why it was just the right distance for us. Let's go ahead and kind of start things rolling. I'll go to battery 1, battery 2, and APU battery. I'm going to go ahead and turn all those on right there. And I'm going to hit APU generator, APU bleed. Actually, I don't need to hit that. I need to hit that first, but it should be pressed. And we're going to start the APU, and I'm going to go ahead and strobe, beacon, wing, and the logo lights. So we'll put that on. I'm going to come up here to start with the left side, just go row by row. We're going to, for the IRS, we're going to go ahead and get the offs to go away and do that. Okay. I know that it sounds very professional, but yeah, we're just going to make it all go away. And then we're going to put everything to nav. Okay. For the flight controls, we want those two lights to be out. The offs to be out. The offs to be off. Makes sense. And the GP predictive wind shear. Make sure that's off. Cruise supply. So we got those off. Okay. We'll move over here to our engines and let's go do an engine test. Fire test. And for our hydraulics, okay, alright, got that. And those automatically close back. So for fuel, all we need is the left side and the right side, while I am leaving the center tank off. It's not doing anything with the center tank unless I have to. And For packs, they're off right now. I'm just going to leave them off for now. Engine bleed, hot air, AP is on. I'm going to leave packs off for now, and the reason is I'm going to wait till engine start up. Okay, next row. So we're going, you see how we're going section by section. Passenger, let's do, turn all those, and then here we're going to do flight controls. All, make sure the off light is off. Okay, that makes sense. I'll put cooling to normal. Hot air, keep that about the middle. Cabin fans, we'll have that on. And then let's go downstairs here. The one thing that makes it at least a little more bearable on the Airbus is that it's so similar to the Airbus. My favorite one's the A321neo, A21N, and the way they operate is very similar, so it makes it easier to do. So okay, here's the guy. Company route from. So for the from to here, I'm going to say KATL to KGSO. Stop that. KATL KGSO. There we go. I'll understand that. I'll take it. The plan was saved from stars tracks 4 that does not exist in the database. We'll fix that. Forget it. We'll get it. I'm not worried about that. What if I do company route though? What if I told it KATL KGSO01? So got that in there. What if I do this? And I insert that. Seems to have the same result either way. So we'll go ahead and just put our flight number in, KDAL 110, and our cruise altitude is 320.
Cabin crew, all doors in flight and cross-check. Welcome everyone on board on behalf of Delta Airlines, the captain, and the crew on this flight to Piedmont Triad. My name is Erica, and I am your lead flight attendant today. Joining me in the cabin are my colleagues, Sarah, James, and Michael. We expect our flight time to be approximately 45 minutes. Now, I would like to take a moment to go over some important safety information. First, please ensure your seatbelt is fastened low and tight across your lap. To unfasten, simply lift the buckle. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop down from the compartment above you. To use the mask, pull it towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth, and secure it with the elastic band. Remember to put on your own mask before assisting others. For our overwater flights, life vests are located under your seat. To use the vest, pull it out, place it over your head, and pull the straps around your waist. Inflate the vest by pulling the red tabs or by blowing into the tubes. In the unlikely event of an evacuation, please leave your luggage on board. Your safety is our top priority. This Airbus A330 has 8 emergency exits, 2 doors in the front, 2 overwing exits, and 2 doors in the rear. Please take a moment to locate the exits nearest to you.
That's our flight attendant, but we actually have Dallas, a Delta flight attendant on this one. I'll be switching over to.
Thank you for your attention, and we wish you a pleasant flight. Steve, the cabin is ready for departure.
Okay, that's good. I want to go ahead and adjust this because I know when we ask for our IFR clearance, they're going to tell us 10,000, so we're good there. Okay. All right, so for say intentions, I love our flight attendant. She's wonderful, but I'm not going to need her on this flight, so I'm going to go back to the mentor right there. Put Millie there, and that way the Delta flight crew will basically be taking care of us. Hey Brian, you're in charge of all comms.
Steve, I'm only rated to handle IFR related comms for now. You'll need to manage the VFR comms.
I think he misunderstood me, and I'll fix that in a second. Hold on. So this is DAL 110. It should adjust. We'll see. Brian, would you request our IFR clearance, please?
Requesting our IFR clearance now.
Atlanta clearance, Delta 7673 Heavy. We'd like to collect our IFR clearance with information November.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
We're going to be arriving at 05 right.
Delta 7673 Heavy, Atlanta clearance cleared to Greensboro via the Plumber 3 departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 10,000. Expect flight level 35010 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.6 squawk 3321. Expect runway 9 or left.
I see what he's talking about tracks 4. He's looking for tracks 4, but tracks 3 is what he has here. I'm good with that. That's a minor discrepancy, I think, on the flight plan, and I don't think it'll impact anything. Famous last words, huh? I think it should be okay.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
We got to get it pointed out of here.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Brian, can you request our pushback and start clearance?
I can't request pushback until I'm in charge of the comms. You'll need to handle that for now.
Brian, you're in charge of all comms.
I'll take over the comms.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
GCS is auto, multi-scans auto, predictive wind shear is on. Okay. Okay, so I'm not totally familiar with the A330. I got a lot to learn. But I'm relying a lot on my A321 Neo and the way it operates to, I think they're really similar.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Brian, can you get our pushback and start clearance?
Requesting pushback and start clearance now.
Atlanta ground, Delta 7673 Heavy, requesting pushback and start clearance. We have November.
Delta 7673 Heavy, pushback and start approved, tail north.
Here comes the pushback. Light 'em up.
Flight attendants, prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and I'll call. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome on board your Delta flight. So in just a moment, we'll be showing you a brief presentation on the safety features of this aircraft. We kindly ask that you please direct your attention to the video monitors and flight attendants in the aisle, even if you are a frequent flyer. Thank you so much.
Welcome aboard, and thank you for choosing Delta for 100 years and counting.
Delta.
Delta. Delta.
Delta Airlines.
The health and safety of our customers and crew is our #1 priority and the shared responsibility of everyone on board. So, before we depart, please pay attention to this important message. Stow all carry-on items in an overhead bin and place smaller items completely under the seat in front of you.
Larger electronic devices must be placed in a bag. Handheld portable electronic devices, including mobile phones, should also be secured.
Keep the aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas clear. If you lose an electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for help.
As we leave the gate, fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and adjusting the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release, lift the top of the buckle. If your seat has a shoulder harness, attach the metal tip to the fitting on the belt. To release, push the metal tip down. Stay seated with your seatbelt fastened when the seatbelt sign is on, and keep it fastened whenever you're seated in case of sudden rough air. In the event of rough air, the crew might also need to buckle up for safety. We appreciate your understanding if our service is interrupted.
Federal regulations require all passengers to comply with all crew members' instructions, along with the posted placards and lighted information signs throughout the cabin. Smoking, vaping, the use of e-cigarettes or any smokeless product, including chewing tobacco, is not allowed on any Delta flight. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying restroom smoke detectors.
IFR clearance to
There are 8 exits on this plane, 8 doors, 4 on each side. Each door has a detachable slide that can be used as a raft. In the event of an evacuation, leave all bags behind. Carry-in baggage will slow the evacuation. All exits are clearly marked with the green exit symbol. Locate the nearest exits, and remember, they might be behind you. If we lose power, lights will illuminate the aisles to guide you to an exit.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
If cabin pressure changes, oxygen masks will drop from the panels above your seat and inside the lavatories. Reach up and pull a mask or streamer down to start the flow of oxygen. Remove any face covering and place the mask over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic strap over your head and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note the oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Slip the vest over your head, wrap the strap around your waist, attach it to the buckle in front, and adjust securely around your waist.
All right.
As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. A water-activated light is attached to each vest. For children under 35 pounds, place the vest around their waist and secure the strap between the legs.
Spoilers are armed.
See your safety card for more information. Additional life vests for in-lab children are in marked compartments at the front and rear of the plane. We'll distribute these vests if necessary.
Before takeoff, bring your seat to its upright position and stow your tray table, footrest, and leg rest.
Ignition is
Be
off,
sure you
by the way.
fastened your seatbelt low and tight across your lap, carry-on items secured,
Flaps
and
are at
armrests
1.
are at resting position, or as otherwise indicated on the placard in front of you. If you have a suite door, ensure it's open. See placard instructions inside the suite door for opening instructions in case of emergency. Finally, take a moment to review the safety information card in your seat pocket.
As we finish our safety check, please let us know if you have any questions.
As we take off into the future, sit back and relax. And from all of our crew, thank you for flying with Delta, today and for the next 100 years.
Oh, it already said it. Okay, so usually I'm used to having to set that. So it's squawking 3, 3, 2, 1 like we're supposed to. That's good. All right. Flaps. So we got here auto brake, max, signs on, cabin ready, and we do have our signs on. Wow, love that. Spoilers are armed. It says armed. I'm trying to make. I've got them armed correctly. I think I do. Let's see. It'll tell me if I test it. Takeoff config is set to normal. That's good. Okay. Brian, we're ready for our taxi clearance, please.
Requesting taxi clearance now.
Atlanta ground, Delta 7673 Heavy, ready to taxi. We have November.
Delta 7673 Heavy, runway 9er left taxi via 9er Southwest, Lima 12, Mike Lima.
Okay.
Runway 9 left, 9 Southwest, Lima 12, Mike Lima, Delta 7673 Heavy.
Nine left is on the side we're already on. Weather has eased up a little bit, so that'll be a nice takeoff.
Delta Alpha India Kilo November, Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta INTL ground. Wind 064 at 11 knots. Active departure runway 09R.
She said 09R, but well, I have got 09 left. There's some things that I'm still learning, like even here in Atlanta, and that's when you hear the high and rapid beeping. I like to sound educated on this. I don't know if that is an indicator of being on the wrong runway. Maybe I haven't been able to figure out exactly what that means yet. If somebody knows, feel free to tell me. I thought at first it was related to a traffic collision or something, but now I'm beginning to think it means you're on the wrong taxiway. I don't know that, but I'm saying I'm beginning to think that's what it is. I need to ask that on the XPlane forum. Does anybody? Let me know if any of y'all know. So there are times you'll be here in Atlanta, and you'll get the high-pitched, rapid beeping in the Airbus cockpit. Doesn't happen in the Boeing, and I believe it means it's referring to something to the taxiway I'm on, but I don't know if it's like a early warning alert for a collision or something. No, I don't think it's TCAS related. So we're taxiing out right now on 09 left for
70 gate Alpha 31 request push in start. Delta 1470 push and start approved. Tail south. Start approved. Tail south. Delta 1470. The 1470 holding sharp runway 26 left, ready for request.
See us taxiing out here, so we got a little boy in front of us, a little itty bitty. make sure he has enough space. I know what he's thinking. He's thinking, man, I'm so glad that I'm taking off before you. And and so we're in, this is a Nimbus custom airport for KATL that we're on. And I think it's between it and KCLT and KJFK. They did a bang up job on these airports. They did an excellent job. But I have these, and I have Chicago. Okay. Okay, there we go. That's the beeping I'm talking about. Billy, what does AWY mean on my horizon? Millie, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, ready to assist you with anything you need regarding the flight or ATC communications.
What is the AWY mean on my horizon when it's flashing and beeping?
The AWY on your horizon indicates the active airway. If it's flashing and beeping, it means you're approaching a waypoint or an airspace boundary that requires your attention. Make sure to check your navigation settings and confirm your route.
Okay. Brian, we are ready for our departure clearance, if you'll request.
Requesting departure clearance now.
Atlanta Tower, Delta 7673 Heavy, holding short of runway 9er left, ready to depart.
I know, jumping out of the plane, pilots don't do that.
73 Heavy, Atlanta Tower, runway 9er left, wind 070 at 12 gusting 18. RNAV lead ass cleared for takeoff.
Right, flaps are at 1.
Runway 9er left, RNAV lead ass cleared for takeoff. Delta 7673 Heavy.
Spoilers are armed. Flaps are set to take off. We're ready to go. By the way, this really, the way at night, like about 4 or 5 o'clock, well, it is kind of 4 or 5 o'clock, but the way it lights up this runway and it just like illuminates, it looks really good. Right, forward to flex temp, flex, forward pressure on yoke. $80 knots. You have to really watch the tail when we go to rotate. V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Flight slow.
Gear up. right? We're at 1,000. Autopilot.
Delta 7673 Heavy, contact departure on 124.6.
Flaps retracted.
Switching to departure on 124.6, Delta 7673 Heavy.
Check our path. Should be okay.
Atlanta Tower, Delta 7673 Heavy. Good evening. We're climbing past 2,000. Atlanta departure, Delta 7673 Heavy. Good evening. Passing 2,000 on the climb.
Delta 7673 Heavy, Atlanta departure, radar contact. Climb and maintain 11000 direct Irwin.
Direct
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising altitude, we'd like to extend a special thank you to each of you, and welcome back to our SkyMile members and Million Milers. Your business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Delta family. For your safety, it's important to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case you experience any unexpected rough air. We ask that you also please remember to use caution if opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff. We've now reached an altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices, and a listing of these devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you. First class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the
So the grandeur of the A330 300 Airbus.
Can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. Please be reminded that Delta accepts only major credit or debit cards for onboard purchases of beverages and snacks. However, you can use your Delta SkyMiles American Express card.
We're already at 8,700, 8,800. As soon as we hit 10,000, we'll bring off the landing lights.
View a selection of complimentary as well as on-demand TV shows, movies, and music.
Wow, XPlane.
Will work best with just a light
bang up job on the clouds. They look good.
Feel free to use
look
your own
believable.
headsets. Otherwise, if you do need a headset, just let a flight attendant know they are yours complimentary for this and any future Delta flights.
And there we go. We're right at 10,000, 10,000, and bring them down.
Delta 7673 Heavy, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Climb and maintain flight level 280, Delta 7673 Heavy.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds really good. So earlier today I had an issue. I was trying to fly out of KFDW, Dallas Fort Worth, and I could not get into my flight. I was just trying to figure out what it was. I thought it was Traffic Global may have been creating issues, so I uninstalled Traffic Global. Still had the same issue. I was in the A321 Neo Airbus, which is top-notch plane, so it wasn't the plane. It wasn't anything to do with that. But I did have to start going through plugins to figure out what was causing it. It hasn't recurred as it stands now, so I don't know what it was. can't say that definitively I knew what it was. I'm thinking it may have been something. I just upgraded Traffic Global to the latest version when it happened, so I'm thinking it might have something to do with that. Don't know why, but I just think it might. So we're on the climb right now. We're at 14,000. Our next waypoint will come up on is Plummer, the Plummer waypoint, and so we're on our way out. We are only 245 miles from Greensboro, so we're
7673 heavy, climb and maintain flight level 320. Climb and maintain flight level 320, Delta 7673 heavy.
All right, so what do you think of this model, this new A330? Does it look okay? Actually, textures and everything, they look, it looks okay. The one thing I was hoping when it came out, though, when XPlane 12 released and said they'd done a lot of work on it. Speed brake's still on. Oh, there you go. Okay, that was me. So I see what they've done here. That's got to be like that. And I didn't have it right. Live and learn. Okay, I know it now. Okay.
Delta 7673 heavy, contact Atlanta Center on 134.2. Contacting Atlanta Center on 134.2, Delta 7673 heavy.
We're going to go ahead and put in our performance info for our arrival, which will
Atlanta
be
Center, Delta 7673 heavy. Good evening. We're climbing through 17,000 for flight level 320. Atlanta Center, Delta 7673 heavy. Good evening. Climbing through 17,000 for flight level 320.
Delta 7673 heavy, Atlanta Center. Good evening. Altimeter 3009er.
Altimeter 3009er, Delta 7673 heavy.
It won't let me enter that. So what about Tim? 19.
Delta 7673 heavy, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Climb and maintain flight level 350, Delta 7673 heavy.
I don't know why I don't know what I'm doing right here to enter that info, so I want to be able to enter the winds. I have the winds are 40 at 7 knots, from 40 at 7 knots. I'm going to try it. I don't know what to do there. Okay, so it's just not letting me enter it. What about? Is there another page? Nope. I don't know. I'm gonna not lose sleep over that one. And maybe it's something I'm not doing. If anybody knows, let me know. Yeah, don't hesitate. If y'all know something I'm not doing, just drop a note, drop a comment. I'll fix it. It looks good. By the way, the livery, the livery that I found for this model looks good. Yeah. So the airport that we're landing at is Greensboro, and it's Piedmont Triad International Airport. It has runway 05 right.
73 heavy. Just a heads up that we had an aircraft report moderate chop about 5-6 minutes ago at flight level 220.
What was that? So my autopilot just kicked off on its own. Every time I key my mic, it does that. There must have some. There must be some default settings or triggers that I need to go back and check on. It's kind of weird.
Delta 76, 73 heavy, expect the tracks for arrival. Expect to descend in about 20 minutes. Reach out if you want an early start.
Expecting tracks for arrival. We'll reach out if we want to start descent early. Delta 76, 73 heavy.
One concern I have about descent with this aircraft is keeping my speed in check. About 200 miles outside of it, Greensboro.
Maintain flight level 350, Delta 1627 heavy. Thank you. Last controller instruction was to remain flight level 350, Delta 1627 heavy. Delta 1627 heavy, maintain
All right, so anyway, coming into Greensboro, all the runways are long, not a concern at all. So all the runways are ample in length. In fact, we're coming in on 05 right, and the longest runway is 10,000 feet, and that would be 05 right will be 10,000. So would 23 right and 23 left. So they got four directions you can come from with 10,000 feet. The only runway that you don't want to land on in Greensboro would probably be the what is it? It might be 3-3 or something, but it's it was one of the original runways at Greensboro, and before they built runway, the newest runway would be 05 left, and which would be also 23 right. So that's the newest one there at the PTI. And the primary flights that go out of that hub, as much as they have commercial airliners, is cargo. There's a FedEx hub there. It stays very busy. In fact, when they built that hub, you had everyone around the airport complaining. Oh my word, Gosling. I don't do barrel rolls. Not me. Not me. Yeah, if you're going to do a barrel roll, yeah, do it in an A330. Oh my gosh. You remember the pilot that did the barrel roll in the maybe an A319. A319. I don't think I would ever feel comfortable doing it in an A330, even if you put me up 30,000 feet. I think it's happened before on an incident, but not sure they're really built for barrel rolls. I think the wings could take it. I think the wings wouldn't fall off, but there is a weird anomaly that I'm having right now. That's if I hit the button, if I hit my talk button, it kicks off my autopilot. I had to figure that one out. I have to figure out why it's doing that. It probably is just the way it's configured right now, but I think it's specific to the A330 that it does it with. We're already 149 miles out. We're at 32,000 feet, and I'm going to go ahead and set our altitude here down to 3,000. It will be a managed descent, but I'm going to go ahead and put it down to 3,000. And I'll go ahead and set our brake there. Anyway, these runways for an A330, it's a usual landing at PTI. I think there might be a little bit of turbulence up here. I'm just looking at what I'm seeing now. Brian, I would like to go ahead and begin our descent on the tracks for arrival for PTI.
Starting our descent on the tracks for arrival now.
Delta 8469, heavy contact Atlanta Center on 133.15.
Atlanta Center, Delta 7673 heavy, requesting descent on the tracks for arrival for Greensboro Piedmont Triad International.
Delta 7673, heavy cleared tracks for arrival into Greensboro. When you're ready to begin your descent, descend and maintain flight level 240.
Cleared tracks for arrival into Greensboro. Descend and maintain flight level 240 when ready. Delta 7673, heavy.
Delta 7673 heavy, descend and maintain flight level 190.
Descending and maintaining flight level 190. Delta 7673 heavy.
There are a couple of quirky things on A330 that I don't really understand. One would be when I set my altitude to 3,000 and I push the managed button, push it in, nothing happens. It doesn't react, and I can't really explain that. I don't know why it does that or doesn't. I don't know. Just don't know. Okay, so we're currently on a descent path of 1,000 feet per minute. It's beautiful up here in this upper atmosphere.
American 452, speed 250 knots. Slowing down to 250, American 452. Slowing down to 250, we'll maintain. American 452. Delta 7673 Heavy, descend and maintain 13,000. Altimeter 3013.
Descend and maintain 13,000. Altimeter 3013. Delta 7673 Heavy.
Alright, I think we should be at about a rate where we should be down, if I do my math right. In time, right now we are 94 miles outside of PTI at 260. Something, I don't think my McDo information's, something's wrong. Not that it's going to impact our following our path, our flight path, but I think on my altitude, something's not right. Something's just not right. check our winds here in a minute.
Delta 7673 Heavy reported 8 minutes ago. An aircraft near your position reported occasional light chop and light rime ice at flight level 240.
It does look a little rough here. I think we're in a mess here. But our altitude looks good, or our descent.
Delta 7673 Heavy, contact Greensboro approach on 124.35.
Contact Greensboro approach on 124.35. Delta 7673 Heavy. Greensboro approach, Delta 7673 Heavy. Good evening. We're descending from 16,000 to 13,000. Greensboro approach, Delta 7673 Heavy evening, descending from 16,000 to 13,000.
Delta 7673 Heavy, Greensboro approach. Good evening, Greensboro altimeter 3015. Expect the ILS runway 5 right approach into Greensboro.
Altimeter 3015, expecting ILS runway 5 right approach. Delta 7673 Heavy.
Right, we're out. We're going to go ahead and get some lights on because we're you can't see anything up here.
Delta 7673 Heavy, descend and maintain 6,000.
Descending and maintaining 6,000. Delta 7673 Heavy.
Wow. And we're 47 miles out. We're at 13,000 feet. Ground spoilers aren't. Auto brake is set. Wow, this looks rough. We're finally breaking through here, though.
Delta 7673 Heavy, descend and maintain 3900. Turn right heading 100 vectors for the ILS runway 5 right approach.
Descend and maintain 3900. Right heading 100 for vectors to the ILS runway 5 right approach. Delta 7673 Heavy.
Okay.
Greensboro departure. Cessna 972 Sierra Lima, requesting clearance for a landing at Greensboro. Clearance on request. Stand by. Unable to land at Greensboro.
I see what they're doing. He's taking away some of the angles to come in for approach, and that actually does help. It does help. Okay. Can I have that?
Delta 7673 Heavy, Proceed direct CFDXV. Descend and maintain 2900 until established on the localizer cleared for the ILS runway 5 right approach.
Proceed direct CFDXV. Descend and maintain 2900 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 5 right approach. Delta 7673, heavy.
What he's telling me really doesn't help me at all. Tell you what, this makes you thankful for ILS, because I can't see anything. I can't. I've got there's no visual at all. Yeah. Right. We are turning for a seat of the CD Foxy. I'm about to activate approach. And we need we're about to begin to slow down. We're about to go to flaps 1.
2,500.
The reason I'm bringing out our landing gear, dropping the gear a little bit early, is I need to slow down. Not sure why it hasn't slowed down more now. Let's see what's wrong.
Delta 7673 Heavy, contact Greensboro Tower on 119.1.
Contacting Greensboro Tower on 119.1. Delta 7673 Heavy. Greensboro approach, Delta 7673 Heavy evening. We're established on the ILS for runway 5 right approach.
Delta 7673 Heavy, Greensboro Tower, roger. Continue approach runway 5 right. Delta 7673 Heavy, wind 020 at 7. Runway 5 right, cleared to land. Caution bird activity.
Always.
Cleared to land, runway 5 right, Delta 7673 Heavy.
We're in trouble. Something changed. Something's wrong. I'm doing a go around back to Pagan. We're having some issues here with our McDo. And no, I have not taken the wheels. I haven't pulled the wheels back in yet, but I might. We have absolutely no visual, and
$500. 100 above. Minimum.
Sink rate.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30. Retard. 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 Retard.
I wouldn't call that a stable approach at all. I would not call that.
Delta 7673 Heavy, contact ground on 121.9er.
Switching to ground on 121.9er, Delta 7673 Heavy.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until
Greensboro
the
ground, Delta 7673 Heavy,
off the
cleared of
seatbelt
runway
sign.
5 right, ready to taxi.
This will be
to
your
the gate.
one and only indication that it's safe for you to get up and move about the cabin. Please be reminded to use caution when opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted
Heavy,
during
Greensboro
landing.
ground, taxi to Terminal 1, Gate
You may now use your
24,
mobile phones
cross runway
and
5
other
right,
handheld
then Kilo 5,
electronic
Juliet
devices while
5,
you taxi
Juliet.
to the gate.
Have a good day.
However, your laptop computers and larger electronics must remain stowed.
That was not a
Terminal
stable
1,
approach.
Gate 4,
That
cross
was,
runway 5 right, then Kilo 5, Juliet 5, Juliet. Delta 7673 Heavy.
that I never captured the
If
localizer.
any of you should have questions regarding ground transportation, baggage claim, or any other information, a Uniform Delta agent meeting this flight will be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. On behalf of Delta Sky Team, our global partners, and flight crew, we'd like to thank you all for flying with us. We've enjoyed having you on board and look forward to the opportunity to serve you once again. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening.
This is not a typical sized aircraft
Flight attendants,
for
prepare doors for arrival, please. Cross-check and all call.
I'm thinking the 737s, A320, A321s are probably more common here. So this isn't normally what they see here. I'm curious what my feet per minute on my landing was on that one, but it was just not a it was not. I did come in with a stable approach. May have even been better to do a go around. Probably would have been a lot better to do a go around, but I didn't. Right, brake is. Parking brakes on.
American 6054 requesting IFR clearance to Meridian Naval Station. Meridian via the Tri-9 departure, then it's filed. Climb maintain 4000, expect flight level 340, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.35, squawk 2315, expect runway.
The airport looks good. This is PTI. It looks really good. It's back to the nighttime lights. The lighting, it looks believable. Call it believable. See a Frontier Airlines there. Right, we're bringing the the engines down. See what was our touchdown. Wasn't great. It's a touchdown at about 527 feet per minute. That's within acceptable parameters, but I wouldn't call that a great. I wouldn't brag. I wouldn't send that home to mom. But yeah, that was a rough one. That was a rough flight. So rough flight. It was pre-approved, but it was still it wasn't a great flight. Get our passengers off.